Good morning. My name is Raquel Garcia, and I am the Executive Director for Southwest Detroit Environmental Vision. Welcome to the Clear the Air Conference to announce our statewide activities for Air Quality Awareness Week. This is our third annual commemoration of the week designed to raise awareness about the need to create better health conditions by reducing and removing sources of air pollution. All of the Clear the Air partners believes that everyone has the right to breathe clean air. According to the state of Michigan, Detroiters are 3 times more likely to be hospitalized in the state of Michigan due to bad air quality. So Southwest Detroit Environmental Vision works to reduce mobile sources of air pollution from trucks and reduce pollution from factories and other facilities. SDV is one of the partners supporting this week's activities to give residents across Michigan information and tools and practical solutions to protect air and make the air cleaner and safer, whether it's incinerators in Flint and Grand Rapids or factories and cement crushing plants in Detroit. Our ability to be healthier and stop pollution is based on us building power together. So welcome. Clear the Air is a statewide coalition working on education and awareness for the critical need for cumulative impact legislation. The cumulative impact framework reviews industry permits as a group together. It reviews how industry collectively releases emissions and pollution into the air or water in a geographic location. Currently, each permit that is requested is reviewed individually and not what is currently being recorded as bad air quality or particulate matter by our air monitoring network. Imagine that 3 factories are all releasing emissions that are acceptable amounts under the level that is regulated, but 3 factories in a 1 mile radius are now exceeding what Eagle or the EPA state are acceptable levels. New Jersey and New York already have cumulative impact legislation, and Clear the Air is part of a national trend in moving towards this type of legislation that would protect our health. As we know, the Asthma and Allergy Foundation named Detroit as the #1 worst city to live in. If you have asthma or any other breathing ailment, Detroit has been in the top 5 in the last 5 years. Coupled with the heat domes caused by emissions and smog, we are seeing drier seasons, causing more wildfires in Canada and in Michigan, making air quality detrimental to our health. The Clear the Air Coalition, our partners in Grand Rapids, Flint, Metro Detroit, are creating events across the state to bring awareness to air quality, what residents can do to protect their health, to start dialogue with their neighbors, friends and family, and decision makers, because bad air quality has real impacts on our health and are also associated with heart and asthma attacks, cancer, and many more illnesses. Now, I want to bring up our partners. We will end up hearing from Salam Beydoun of the Ecology Center. Before her, Lucas Aguirre of the Eastside Community Network in Detroit. He'll be preceded by our Flint partners, Patrick McNeil of the North Flint Neighborhood Action Council, and Mona Monroe Eunice, Environmental Transformation Movement of Flint. With that, we welcome our first speaker, Ned Andre, the Community Pact Manager from the Community Collaboration for Community Change from Grand Rapids. Go
Good
ahead,
mor-
Ned.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raquel. And good
Yes.
morning to everyone. I am Ned Andre, the Community Impact Manager for the Community Collaboration on Climate Change here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The C4 is so proud to be part of this statewide coalition, as well as we've built a local partnership. C4 is collaborating with the Urban Core Collective, Just Air Solutions, the Kent County Food Policy Council, and the Kent County Health Department. Air Quality Awareness Week is a time for everyone to recognize how air quality affects every aspect of the health of our daily lives. Most of our residents are aware of days when there are poor air quality. Maybe there's a factory in the neighborhood, or there's a smog alert during the summer, or there could be a smoke storm during the wildfires that we experienced here in Michigan when 2, 3 years ago, Grand Rapids, Michigan had the worst air quality in the world for a day or two. But fewer of our residents are aware of the cumulative impacts of poor air quality. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, has a very significant impact on the health and the lives of our residents. So, we're hosting a Clear the Air community conversation to talk about those cumulative impacts. We'll be holding it at a brand new Martin Luther King Park Community Center. It's a gorgeous location that the city of Grand Rapids just built in MLK Park. The event creates space for our residents to learn, to share their experiences, and most importantly, to explore solutions together. We hope that everybody leaves with not only knowledge, but also an action plan. What we're doing to remove any barriers. Sometimes these kind of events, air quality isn't all that exciting to a local resident, but it's very important that we get this information to them. So to remove barriers, C4 has a tradition of providing food because it's during a mealtime. Some folks say, hey, my children are home from school. How can I attend? Well, we provide professional childcare so that the whole family can come. We provide participation stipends. We believe that our residents' lived experience is just as valuable as a PhD. They have PhDs in their own lives. We're going to be giving away many indoor air purifiers, as well as connecting our residents to the Just Air dashboard, where residents can sign up for an app on their phone and they get in real time. C4 and Just Air were part of a partnership. We put up 7 air quality monitors in the 49507 zip code, but it's connected also to about 35 monitors all over the city. Many cities only have one air quality monitoring station, perhaps at the airport or one downtown. These 35 air quality monitors allow residents to log into the dashboard, and then the dashboard gives them alerts to local poor air quality, hyperlocal. When they get these alerts, then they're able to take action. Maybe they turn on that air purifier. That indoor air purifier. Maybe they take the bus instead of drive. Maybe they wear a KN95 mask. Um, as well as we are encouraging residents to weatherize their homes. C4 is the climate change problem. We're burning a lot of fossil fuels because people's homes leak air. When there is poor air quality outside, you want to have your home sealed properly so that poor air quality doesn't come in. So we're excited to invite everybody to our event, and we're very glad to be a part of this statewide coalition to provide solutions to the residents of Michigan. And now I'd like to introduce Mark.
I think we're going to pass it to Patrick McNeil, North Flint Neighborhood Action Council.
Pardon me.
No worries, Ned, and thank you, Raquel. Really appreciate it, and I'm happy to be here this morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick McNeil, and I'm with the North Flint Neighborhood Action Council. For our Air Quality Awareness Week event, we are working in collaboration with Clear the Air in Flint, and it comes at a very critical time as residents continue to face environmental challenges that directly impact their health and quality of life. Clean air is not just an environmental issue, it's a public health necessity, especially for children, seniors, and families already vulnerable to asthma and other respiratory conditions. With the North Flint Neighborhood Action Council and Environmental Transformation Movement of Flint, as well as other environmental justice partners from across the state, this event is designed to raise awareness, provide resources, and empower residents with knowledge about air quality, environmental justice, and practical steps they can take to protect themselves and advocate for healthier neighborhoods. We realize that environmental justice is not at the top of everyone's to-do list, but we can no longer continue to pretend like these things are not impacting our lives. We must help residents make these things important. In times like these, when communities are increasingly unaware of how environmental factors shape long-term health outcomes, creating space for education, dialogue, and action is essential. This event is more than about awareness. It's about equipping our community with the tools and the voice to expect and sustain cleaner, safer air for everyone. One of our collaborators and very good friends and partner, Mona Monroe Yunus, will take you more into our specifics and what ETM brings to the table. Mona, come on, take it from here.
Thanks, Patrick. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mona Monroe Yunus from Environmental Transformation Movement of Flint. We are an environmental justice organization that's been working on air quality, drinking water, land use, climate change, and other environmental justice issues to protect Flint residents since 2019. We are really excited to have joined the Clear the Air Coalition and are partnering with the North Flint Neighborhood Action Council to hold the series of community conversations on clean air for our community as a whole, and with a deeper dive in North Flint, where many of the industrial facilities are concentrated. It's important that we have these conversations because industrial activity is resurging in and around Flint, which is increasing air pollution levels and which has been permitted by the state despite strong objections from residents. We also have I-475 and I-69 highways that cut through Flint and expose residents to air pollution in all corners of our community. Flint neighborhoods that are located near multiple industrial facilities have asthma hospitalization rates 3 times higher than the state average, according to state data. And that means that 3 times more Flint residents are having to be admitted to hospitals for severe asthma attacks than residents from across the state overall. And I've heard residents share stories about people who've had their lives cut short from asthma and other upper respiratory diseases like COPD from environmental exposure. So it's really heartbreaking, and being able to breathe clean air is literally a life or death issue for us here in Flint. So on May 6th, we're starting with a citywide community conversation for clean air to create a space for residents to share how they're being affected by air quality, to raise awareness about ways to improve air within our homes and at neighborhood and community-wide scales, and to formulate collective next steps, including with the Clear the Air Coalition. We're going to share strategies for better monitoring and improving air quality in Flint, and we look forward to the solutions that organically emerge through these community conversations too. We're also going to have a demonstration for how to make a DIY, do-it-yourself, affordable air purifier and raffle one off. And then I want people to also know about our event on May 6th, that it's free and open to the whole community. We will have dinner provided. It runs 5 to 7 p.m. at the Cube at Brownell Homes, which is attached to Brownell Elementary School on Oxley Drive in Flint. And then after May 6th, we're going to be bringing the community conversation for clean air to neighborhoods in North Flint that have air quality concerns in order to reach more residents and meet them where they're at, like at their neighborhood meetings or other times that they want to organize and bring people together. The neighborhood leaders who are hosting these neighborhood conversations will also be at our May 6th event. And I also just want to underscore that I'm always concerned about the fact that many Flint residents have existing long-term health vulnerabilities due to our environmental exposure from the contaminated water from the Flint water crisis. And these are health issues that have not gone away for many people, and breathing unhealthy air just compounds our health challenges. So we deserve to breathe clean air, and that takes not only raising awareness about steps that individuals can take, but collective policy solutions that are sorely needed to protect us across Michigan. That's why we're part of the Clear the Air Coalition. And I just want to say, if anybody wants more information, check out cleartheairmi.org. And I'm going to hand the mic to Lucas Aguirre from the Eastside Community Network.
Thank you, Mona. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lucas Aguirre. I'm a climate equity project coordinator here at the Eastside Community Network. We are a community health and wellness hub located on the east side of Detroit, providing youth, community, and housing resources and programming. Our mission is to develop people, plans, and places for sustainable neighborhood growth. I would like to invite everyone to join us for a community conversation event in partnership with the Clear the Air Coalition for Air Quality Awareness Week. The event will be at Eastside Community Network on Saturday, May 9th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We are located at 4401 Connor Street, Detroit. We will have a DIY air filter workshop where we will provide all of the supplies. So no supplies needed. Just come learn how to make a DIY air filter to filter for smoke and other pollutants. We will have a raffle of other air purifiers as well. We'll have numerous health providers providing asthma and health information and information on how poor air quality affects people's health, including Asthma and Allergy Foundation Michigan. And I'd like to emphasize that this is a kid-friendly event. We're having it on a Saturday when kids are not in school. We'll be having the Detroit Mobile Access Pediatric Health Unit offering free vaccinations for children. We'll also be offering blood pressure, triglyceride, and glucose testing for adults. I just want to emphasize that air quality doesn't just affect the lungs, it affects heart and brain health as well. And if all of that wasn't enough of a draw, we'll also be providing a soul food lunch. So please join us for that. I'd like to echo our previous speakers emphasizing that everyone has a right to breathe clean air. We need grassroots action to motivate elected officials and regulators to make the air safe to breathe all over the state of Michigan. We are beginning with the communities that are hardest hit. If we can clean up the air where asthma rates are high, like essentially the entire city of Detroit, where people are suffering disproportionately from breathing ailments, we can make Michigan a better place for us all to live. We all breathe the same air. The east side of Detroit shares the same air as Grosse Pointe, Warren, and surrounding cities. Pollutants don't pay attention to city limits. We all share the same air, and polluted air is everyone's problem. The east side is a hub of industry, and there has been speculation over the past few months about adding to that pollution burden by putting a data center here. It is communities like the east side that are hit the hardest by the cumulative impacts of industry, truck traffic, and wildfire events. We at Eastside Community Network are proud to be a part of the Clear the Air Coalition in advocating for statewide cumulative impacts legislation that would protect marginalized communities that are frequently the targets for development that lead to worse air quality, asthma, and a myriad of other health effects. So again, please join us Saturday, May 9th from 11 to 2 at Eastside Community Network. I would like to introduce our next speaker, Salam Beydoun from the Ecology Center.
Thank you, Lucas. Hello, everyone. I am Salam Beydoun with the Ecology Center. And I know you've heard a lot about what we have coming up this week, but there are a few more events. So I'm going to go over our schedule of events for Air Quality Awareness Week. We kick it off on this Saturday, May 2nd, from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're going to have a filter forest tree planting and letterpress printing with our partners over at Arboretum Detroit. This is at 3371 East Warren Avenue. They'll be adding 50 trees to their vegetative buffer in Poletown East, and this is part of transforming 12 formerly vacant lots into a park with a walking trail. There will be refreshments, foods. Again, there will also be a letterpress station, so you will be able to press your own postcards. Again, this is Saturday, May 2nd. And then the next day on Sunday, May 3rd, our friends and partners at Southwest Detroit Environmental Vision have been coordinating Clear the Air to walk in the Cinco de Mayo parade. So yeah, we have Southwest Detroit Environmental Vision, Ecology Center, and Trucks Off Our Streets, which is a truck ordinance coordinating coalition walking the parade. They'll be distributing air quality reporting magnets and other air quality flyers and candy. So be sure to check them out on Sunday at the parade. As you've heard, on Wednesday, May 6th, we have our Flint community conversation for clean air from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is where you'll learn about and discuss air quality concerns in our community and ways to take action, learn how to make an affordable DIY air purifier, and enjoy dinner. On the same day, Wednesday, May 6th, is the Grand Rapids Community Conversation for Clean Air from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Attendees can take advantage of free Uber vouchers, professional on-site childcare, and exciting incentives, including a chance to win an indoor air purifier and a $50 stipend for the first 50 registered participants. You can find registration links at cleartheairmi.org/events. Again, that's cleartheairmi.org/events. You'll find registration links there for all the events and more details. And last but certainly not least, just as you've heard, we have a Detroit Community Conversation for Clean Air on Saturday, May 9th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Um, there will be several healthcare providers offering various services. There'll be a DIY air filter workshop where all the supplies are provided, and they'll be raffling off 2 air purifiers. If you have questions about any of this, feel free to contact us through our website. Reach out, let us know what's going on. You can also see the full schedule of events on our website. Again, that's cleartheairmi.org. And with that, I thank you and pass it back to Raquel.
Thank you, everybody. We invite everyone to go to the website, as Salam has mentioned. If you go to the website, you will not only see all of the events, air quality stories and resources, more information about the coalition and our partners, and also a really wonderful animated video about cumulative impact that we would love for you to share and to learn more about. You can send us a message there as well. So it is in the chat, and we will also put the other link that has the backslash with the events. But with that, we'd love to entertain any questions. You can put them in the chat, or you can raise your hand.
Are the attendees able to uh, deal with the chat or unmute and speak directly?
Yes, they should be able to put it in the Q&A section or raise their hand and we can unmute them.
Can you chat with them to verify that?
I'm not sure if the Facebook event has any communications on it. I know um, it's being streamed on Facebook, so I will go look just in case. Teresa Landrum wants to know if there are any other events related to Clear the Air. And I don't see any other comments, but I will just respond. Teresa, if you're on Facebook watching this, all of the events are on the website, and I think they were all listed here. I don't think there's any additional, but I'll add the link to the Facebook streaming just in case. So I think I just want to say I think this comes up because last year we had I think 3 times, but we opted to have deeper dive communication events, listening sessions, and rather than to have a lot of smaller events. So like the ECN and in Flint. So
I'd like to add that we are planning for a cumulative impacts bus tour in Southeast Michigan that'll happen towards the end of June. We are planning on taking decision makers and legislators to see all of the polluting industries within a 5 mile radius, specifically within Southwest Detroit. If you or your group is interested in learning more about cumulative impacts bus tours, again, visit our website, reach out to us via the questions submission at the bottom of our webpage, and we'd love to talk to you more about that. But that is something that we do annually, and we're not the only ones to do it, but I think it's important that we see just how close all of these industries are in one area. And I'm just talking about Southeast Michigan. This is not including Grand Rapids and Flint. So, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us via our website, cleartheairmi.org.
with no with no additional questions or comments, we are just going to thank everyone for spending time with us today, all of our speakers, all of the partners, and also just all of our hosts for all of the community events. And we are just really excited to either have you watch this live or have this watch the recording. So thank you, and we hope to be a friend and partner working together for clean air. And so please go to the website, sign up for more information. We also have like a Lansing Day that happens in the middle of the year, and we have lots of other activities or partner activities that that come up between now and the end of the year. So please sign up for more information. Thank you very much for joining, and have a
Hang on
day.
1 second, Raquel. I'm sorry. I just noticed that I think WWJ just came on, and I'm wondering. I see it says Rob David Dick there, and I'm wondering if folks have any questions, or do you have access to be able to ask questions? We'll be sending out a press release, and it'll have a link to this live, a recording of this live presser there, so you can look that over, and please contact us if you have any questions. Sorry to interrupt you, Raquel, but I just saw
That's
the
okay.
recording just came
Thank
in.
you, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.